it's Ty with Ty the Dog Guy on the daily here. And we've got a little bit of a different backdrop for today's video. You can see a lake off in the background there. I'm just out on a morning walk here, so I'm on vacation. We're up at Flathead Lake in Montana. By the time this video goes live and this podcast goes live, I'm sure we'll be home by then. But I'm up at Flathead Lake, which is absolutely stunning, absolutely gorgeous. You can't see a whole lot through the trees here, but I've been on a morning walk here, and there's been deer up here on the mountain, and we're not this house, but we're staying at the next house down, which has some lakefront. It's got a little dock, and anyways, it's absolutely stunning. As I'm looking down, I'm seeing birds dive bomb in the water, catch fish. There's a little orchard there that I'm seeing deer walk in and out of. Yesterday we went hiking and we saw some bighorn sheep and deer and all sorts of amazing things. And I'm caught by just how gorgeous it is. You know, how amazing it is here. And I think about the people that live here, and as we've chatted with a few, I kind of get the sense that, like, after a while it's not novel anymore, right? And that makes sense. For me, it's novel. I love being near water. I love being on the water, near the water, close to water, watching water. And for some reason, I chose to live in Utah, where getting to water is like an event. It's like, hey, we want to go see water today. Let's make sure we've packed a lunch. Let's make sure, the kids have gone to the bathroom. And it's going to be a drive. It's going to take a while. And so getting to water is an event. And so Flathead Lake, huge lake in Montana. You should come here. It's right near Glacier National Park, up close to the border of Canada. There's thousands of people that live around the lake here. And for them, being on the water is like, we live here. And so I'm sure that they like it, and I'm sure they find it wonderful. But I'm sure that as time goes on, the novelty wears off. And I was relating that to dogs. And I was thinking about how there was a time years ago where I worked for a dog training company, and it was just the novelty of dogs wore off for me. It was I felt like I was just assembly line, train the dog, and wasn't challenging myself, wasn't anything like that. And when I did that, I found that the novelty of dogs wore off. And so there was a time 12 years ago where I thought, I'm done with dogs. I'm going to own dogs, but I don't think I need to do it professionally. And I was out of it for about for a few months. But then I started my own business and recognized that no, it's the passion's there, the novelty's there. It was just the format that I was in that wasn't conducive towards me just loving it. And so where I know a lot of people, lose the novelness of being on the water, this is more of just like an inspirational post today of hopefully encouraging people to not lose the novelness of their dogs. Dogs are amazing. Dogs are great. I ever since that time when I started my own business, 10, 11 years ago, wherever that was, I kind of promised myself, hey, don't ever let it get to that point again to where dogs aren't novel, dogs aren't amazing for you. And I've done a good job. There's a few times, you get a little bit burned out, you get a little bit, you've been working too hard, or, maybe you have some clients that are, just pains in the rear. 99% of our clients are amazing. But anyways, sometimes, you get a little bit burnt out, but I always go back to that mindset of like, no, I need to make sure that I recognize how lucky I am to be able to work with dogs. Now, people watching this, not everyone works with dogs, and that might not be your cup of tea. You maybe enjoy your career, and I hope you do. But hopefully that novelness of being able to train a dog to work in tandem with that dog, that novelness of being able to just cuddle with your dog, play with your dog, and how cool that is. I mean, what other creature on earth do we have that privilege to work such, hand in hand, hand in paw, however you want to put that? It doesn't exist. Cats, you can't do that. There's not other cool animals that we live in such harmony and tandem with. The dog truly is a magnificent creature. I'm sounding very philosophical as I'm sitting here looking over the water this morning, but that's what water does to me. So I've got my passion with my dogs. Now I just got to find my lakeside retreat somewhere in Utah so I can have this more often. But yeah, don't lose that passion for your dogs, guys. They're amazing.